is Ray Cottrell, transfer from Texas A&M. Okay, we'll do questions for Ray.
Hey guys.
How you doing?
Doing good.
What are your impressions of Lexington?
My first impression was it's very cold here. You know, I'm from where it's always hot and warm, so yeah, that's the biggest thing for me was the weather. But it's adjustable though. It's adjustable.
Ray, I'm kind of asking everybody the same question. What does the University of Kentucky mean to you personally?
Family. It means family, man. I'm a family guy. Always been family oriented my whole life. So making my decision coming here was based off family. You know, when I first got here, you can tell that, you know, the guys really love each other.
You had a kind of roller coaster high school recruitment where you were committed to a couple different places.
Yeah, I sure did. Yes, sir.
Now you go in the portal. What have you learned from all those different, you know, steps along the road, and what made Kentucky the place for you?
Good question. That road, as y'all know, that was very bumpy for me. It was just, at those times, it was very crunch times for me, you know. I always wanted to go to a place where, like I said, family-oriented, and me, based off my decisions, you know, towards the end, every time that, you know, I was about to commit, you know, and go to that school, there was always something that'll just tweak my mind a little bit. It's like, you know, it's like God was telling me something like, hey, just wait a second. Just wait a little bit longer. Just wait a little bit. So me, you know, listening to him and really trying to understand the basis of, like, recruiting, I had went through Florida, head coach got fired. I decommit from there. I commit to Georgia. Towards the end, I see something I don't like, I call it off. And I get a call from the receiver coach from Texas A&M. We talked it out. I go up there, family-oriented. I like it. I love it. I go up there. I get to practice and everything. Jimbo's a great guy. Just, you know, just becoming very family-oriented. And towards the end of the year, you know, I wasn't, you know, getting what you know what I'm saying, what I came here to play for. So I decided to make my decision to leave one more time. So making my decision this time, I really took a little bit longer than usual. I would when I make a choice. Coach Verb actually had called me. I never got offered by Kentucky in high school. Never thought about it, actually, because it's too cold up here. So I was like, I'll probably never come up here. Coach Verb had called me. He was like, man, I really want to get you up here, man. I think this is the place for you. And you know me, throughout the process, you hear coaches say that all the time. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, you know what, I'm going to give Coach Verb, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to give him a chance. So I came up here, instantly, right off the bat, I loved it. It was amazing, man. I couldn't even, like, there was words that I couldn't even, like, explain, man. It was really amazing for me. Like, I really appreciate Stoops for that.
What are your first impressions of Coach Shorts now that he's here and in the fold too?
Oh yeah, I love that guy. He's a very straightforward guy, man. He really, you could tell when he first came in, he really wanted us to figure it out, man. He's not the type of guy to be like, oh, just, you know what I'm saying, just slap you on the butt and tell you good job. He's, you know what I'm saying, he not really gonna really say nothing good about you. He always gonna pick out the bad things, you know. But that's good. That's what I want from a receiver coach, to become in a better standpoint.
Does it help that he played the position and pretty recently played it at a high level too?
Yes, that helps a lot. Recently, not a knock on A&M, but as y'all know, my receiver coach was a quarterback. So that was that.
What's it been like throwing with your quarterback right now, Brock, and all your receivers?
Brock has an amazing arm. Best arm I've probably ever seen from a quarterback. And I've seen a lot of great quarterbacks, believe it or not. Brock is the type of guy, he's a leader, man. He's a leader. He's not that type of guy. He's not a selfish guy at all, man. You can tell that he really loves his guy, especially his receivers. He really loves us.
You're obviously coming in here with 4 years of eligibility. Do you have any kind of long-term goals, or maybe just some goals for this year?
Yes, sir. My goal is really to accomplish this, just to become a better man and a better player. Like I say, I have 4 long years here, so I plan on graduating from here, and being at Kentucky was probably like the best decision I possibly ever made. You can tell from the academic all the way to football, man. Everybody on the staff is amazing.
What's your impression of the other receivers who are wearing?
A lot of fast guys. So we have a lot of fast guys, man. Very fast offense this year. Just want y'all to know that. A lot of fast guys.
What is the culture of that room like? I mean, Barryon and Dane have obviously played a lot, but it's a point of turnover for everybody with a new coach and a bunch of new players coming in there too.
We actually talked. The biggest thing for us would probably be brotherhood. Brotherhood is probably the biggest thing that we've been speaking for each other, holding each other accountable, and doing those things.
All those guys in that room seem to have diverse skill sets. It's a lot of versatility in there. What do you bring to the table? How would you describe your wide receiver play?
Good question. My receiver play, I'm a big guy. You know, I'm a big target. I think I'm a deep threat. I know I'm a deep threat. When it comes to, you know, being the size and the speed, if I had to compare myself to anybody in the NFL or like to see anybody in the NFL, Julio Jones, that's my favorite receiver. I know everybody that's it. But I've been watching that guy since I was like a little kid. I try to mock everything he does, and hopefully y'all will get to see that this year.
You like to set the bar pretty high, right?
Yes, sir.
Everybody good?
Well, actually, with Coach Stoops having worked for Coach Fisher before he came here to Florida State, did it make this transition easier? Did the programs like A&M here were they kind of similar in that way?
No.
You do things that like you're already doing here. You're like, well, this is kind of similar to what Coach Fisher did. When I was at A&M.
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir. I don't want to get into that, no, sir. No, sir.
Just the similarities in the same coach.
No, sir. Jimbo is a very unique guy. A very unique guy. He's very unique.
What about Coach Cohen? What's your impressions of him so far?
Coach Cohen, he's a funny guy, man. I love him. When I first came here, he showed me a little bit like how he's going to use me in the system. And to be honest, in this recruiting process, I've never had an OC sit me down and tell me, hey, this is where I want you to play. This is where I think you're going to be best at. I've never had that, and I really trust him. I give him everything. I really trust that guy.
Does it help coming in with two other transfer receivers that are kind of going through the same thing you're getting at?
Yeah, yes, it's definitely because we help each other out. I mean, we seek and we find, and like I said earlier, it's a brotherhood we're trying to build throughout the culture.
All right, very good. Okay, thank you.
Thank y'all. Have a good